So we have a pretty insane game that I kind of wanted to go over. I'm going to explain my thought process through a lot of this game and break down some of these strategies that are going on. Now, the unfortunate part of this game is that in final round, our heavy actually disconnected. So me and the medium had to play a 2v3 final round. So to introduce my teammates, the heavy is Gremlin and the medium is Walio. And obviously I am playing light here. So I'm going to try and give some tips and advice for how I play light. This game was pretty hectic and I ended up with 46 kills by the end of the game. So let's hop right into it. I'm going to give you guys an analysis or breakdown after certain fights. I'll also be letting you guys in on some of the comms so that you can hear how we're communicating throughout the game. So the first thing that we're going to do hopping into a game right away is we're going to ping the closest vault and go straight for it. Now, since I am a dash light, my intention is to get in there, tap it, and just dash out really quickly. As you'll see, that is exactly what I do, taking a little bit of damage, but that extra 1k is quite nice. Then I push back, I see my heavies here, so I regroup with him knowing that I could probably get a shield if needed. Our medium actually gets a pick, so I decide to get a little bit of positional advantage, which is me just kind of pushing up a little bit, taking some zone control. I go in for a glitch on the box just in case there was a gateway setup that I didn't notice. And then as you see here, we pick off the heavy, and then I'm able to figure out where the medium is going, simply because we saw where he was initially. Now after this, we're going to go and quickly plug B, and you'll see the first couple things that we do right after the plug is we're looking at the scoreboard. As you can see, purple is about to respawn very soon. I start breaking some trees. This way, if we do have any high ground, we don't have any trees blocking our line of sight. And then our heavy sets up a C4 on point to play for drop. And after I notice that purple is up, I've broken some zip lines, I've broken some trees. I'm instantly going for some high ground and I set up a gateway in case I need to get back. Now you'll see that we are all kind of split up a little bit and Wally is predicting the spawns, whereas I'm still breaking traps, waiting for him to communicate because I see that he is in a great position to scout. Now, once I know where he is, I instantly change my direction from breaking zips to focusing the targets that he's pinging. And since I have high ground here, I have some pretty easy shots. I noticed that a lot of them are quite low and we have very, very high HP. So I have no problem pushing in here. Even if I do get picked off, I wouldn't stress it too much because my teammates are there and they're ready to approach. And I don't want this fight to linger too long or else we're going to get third partied. So the moment that I know that there is a chance I can instantly delete them, we just play it super aggressively. And then I get back to my task of breaking all the zip lines, making sure that there is very little approaches that the enemies can take, especially without using some sort of jump pad or zip line of their own. And then again, I go back to high ground. Looking at the scoreboard, we can see that pink is going to be spawning first, followed by purple, which is why I throw out a sonar in order to see if pink has spawned at the same direction that we just fought them at. And as you can see, they did spawn there again. So I get a little bit more aggressive here. We can see that purple is also spawning up. So this is something to keep in the back of our mind and not overcommit at this point because we have about 25% left of our cash out. So we don't want to get third party. We can see that this team is leaving, but we can see purple also spawned here. Again, this is why we don't get too aggressive knowing that there might be a third party. This is where the gateway comes in handy. I tell my teammate to hop onto me so that I can give him a gateway. I get him in right away, and then I drop all of my sonars and glitches through the point so that I have some intel and potentially some glitches that might hit. Fortunately, my glitches didn't hit, but I was able to go in after my heavy was a bit of a distraction, and he was able to get 2 kills with the C4 because of all the damage that we dealt initially, and he's able to finish off all 3. An insane play by our heavy, and very good use of C4. As you can see, playing for drop is very useful. And then we can see there are 2 teams wiped, and it is just us and orange up right now. So what we're going to do now is push towards high ground. So here we're going to go to metal. We can see that 3 is here, but we also see that 4 has spawned. And we know that since everybody is going to be spawning soon, what I decide to do is simply go for a tap on 3, but not use the gateway to pull it for us. But basically, we're just going to go for the tap here, get the extra 1k, go back to metal, and now we're going to be playing for 4. The assumption here is that we're going to have orange pushing towards 3, and we're going to have a team that spawns near 4, and we have high ground so we can win this fight. And my gateway is going to be up pretty soon, so that means that around the time that 4 is up, my gateway is going to be up again. So it was simply just a use of getting an extra 1k for free. Obviously, probably shouldn't be the thing that you do all the time, but in some situations where you know there's going to be a bunch of fights happening, you don't have to go for that gateway plug if you can just win the fight. And then as you see, we push here for some extra kills, and unfortunately I get caught out by the heavy that was left alone here as my teammates get caught by the third party on purple. So we are assuming that there might be a split focus on teams, some spawning on the one side of the map and some spawning on the other. But unfortunately, in our case, both teams ended up spawning very close to the cash box that we wanted to fight for. So in the end, we probably should have went 3, but we just had bad predictions on the spawns. And as you can see, the two teams now are fighting over the plug cash out. And from our perspective here, we are second place, orange is first. So macro-wise, we want to actually focus on fighting for orange's point because we don't want to give them a big lead. We want to take this from them and hopefully they don't get a cash out. So what I call for is for a jump pad and a flank because we wanted to take this from a high ground. We didn't want to just, zip line right up or go straight up where they might be. We decided to go for a flank, which we're able to catch off one of the players, and we see where they are here. Again, another one gets picked. There's only one left, so I call that I'm going to go for D here. And as you can see, it fell into a pretty weird spot here. And then we can see the last medium player about 1 shot, so this should be a very easy steal, and I can just cover for my medium here. Now, since orange is still up, we're still going to be defending a little bit, but I'm going to let you guys listen to some of the comms so that you can see, even in high elo, comms are not always the most serious.
Below me? Light?
Bologna?
Bologna sandwich. He has lettuce on it. Watch out.
Nice. Here, gateway for you. Gateway for you. So now that D is secured, we see that there is about a quarter left on C, so we can come over and harass a little bit. And orange also wipes, so this is very, very ideal for us. We can just come in, get a couple kills for the extra money, potentially go for a flip, but realistically what we're aiming for here is just a little bit of harassment and see if there's anything extra we can get. Surprisingly enough, we were actually able to steal this because pink had to reload at the last second here, unable to stop us from the steal. So this is why you always want to set up tempo, and the last 2 cash outs were a great example of good tempo. We had the cash out D finish before this cash out finish, which meant that we were able to come over for the third party. Now, a lot of times people might just take the first cash out and then go to the next vault, but if there is a chance to go over there, it is good to take it because you're kind of gambling on that small chance that you might get the extra cash with very little risk involved because it's not a cash out that you own. So being able to get that means that we're now at 47k and we are completely safe and secure. We don't have to stress the rest of the game. We can just go around and get some kills and even determine who goes in. Now, another common tactic is called griefing. Unfortunately, this is just part of the game and I'm not the biggest fan of it, but it is something that everybody is going to do to you, so you might as well do it to them. And that's essentially, if you are first place, you are going to hard focus a specific team that you do not want to qualify. So if that's a team comp that has multiple lights that you find counters your team playstyle, or maybe there's a bunch of heavies using sledge and for some reason it's just very difficult to deal with, whatever it might be, if there is a certain team comp that you seem to struggle against, or maybe it is a team that you know is going to grief you, then it is pretty good to just try and focus them out if you have the opportunity to do so. So this round is essentially secured and we will go over round 2 in just a little bit here. We're really ahead though, I don't think it matters.
Oh, like 3 times here. What? What are you doing?
Dangerous town, bro.
Bro didn't hear the minigun?
I actually didn't.
Time to die. I'm gonna come for you. I'm actually stream sniping you guys right now.
Ah, this guy's way better than you.
Yeah, I'm
You are.
You think I play? I throw all your things.
I know.
Uh,
Wally.
I feel like we need.
You didn't even res him. Oh my god.
We need So as you see, we qualify round 1, and we are going into round 2. And the team comps that we are going to be facing is going to be a little bit varied. So I have decided to just stick with the loadout that I have, which is Sonar, Glitch, and Gateway, along with the XP. And the reason being is because I felt like there wasn't really any threat where I needed to bring in Thermal, or, you know, there wasn't moving platforms, so I wasn't bringing in Vortex. I just kind of stuck with what I already had. And I find Sonar is pretty dang good on this map because there's so many tight angles, there's so many walls, and being able to scan people through walls and all these rooms is really, really big. Sometimes you are able to scan more than 6 players during a fight, especially when there's like big third party going on. As you'll see in this fight, I start off by pushing off to the left as my team goes to the right. This is a pretty common thing you're going to see on lights, is that you want to approach from different angles than your teammates are. Your medium and your heavier should be together, essentially as a big distraction while you poke around from different angles. And you'll see I continuously am dashing away and getting out of where I'm getting shot at, and I will continuously approach from different angles over and over again. Dash allows you to do this really, really effectively. So that is why I love using dash basically all the time. So once I know that the fight has been won, you can see both my teammates just have one target left and they're both full HP. I'm pretty confident that they win that. I simply use my gateway to start moving this quickly in order to gain tempo, as we talked about before. We are the first one to plug, which means that we have the opportunity to go to the next vault first, or we can go ahead and third party the next cashout if it gets plugged in a little bit too late. Now you'll see they actually got this plugged in at a pretty similar time to us. So third party is probably not going to be an option. So we're just going to push up here and look for the spawn. Now I push up a little bit too late and they have already approached the high ground that we wanted to hold. So unfortunately, this is one of those moments where I definitely should have been a little bit quicker to hold this angle, but luckily my teammates were able to clean this fight up. So quickly, we're just going to hop back to high ground and start defending again. And we know where the spawns are. There's one in this alleyway where Orange just pushed from. There's also the potential of the enemies approaching from the north if they decide to not go for Purple's point. But just down this Alpha Acta alley is the most common spot that you're going to see them running from, and they might go into the building and push through. But that's why we're all hunched over here looking for Orange. And we can see that Pink is going to be spawning soon, so that might also be a potential spawn that Pink gets.
I always thought the final supports VR. Is it true?
No.
Dude,
VR is just gonna explode on your head.
All right, they spawn
CPU?
below me.
heavy half HP.
Oh, I got a no 2 cannon on me, guys. I'm lock bolted with it.
That's
What's so
funny. I landed right behind him and just stared at him until he turned around.
That was such a rich laugh because he's rich.
He does.
Like I can see the flashing images in my head as he laughs like a rich person.
Yo, how is that heavy 10 and 1 though? What the fuck?
He's the demon. It's L demon.
It might be a demon.
Now 10 and 2.
Okay, come on, you guys.
Pink? Oh.
I have no buletas. How many got no bullets?
Oh, God. There's one shot on my
Aqua's
body.
fucking spazzing right now. He's above me. Both of them.
One shot on my body, heavy. Oh, more kills.
What's his damage?
Heavy's regen by now.
Now, as much fun as it probably would have been to just stay here and farm kills now that purple has showed up, I realized that this is actually a perfect opportunity to grab the box and simply just leave to go for the plug because we need to get the objective moving. We're already going to be losing tempo. As you can see, the other cash out is about to be plugged from orange, so I don't want this to be staggered too long. So that's why I quickly go for the plug, and then I can go back and continue that fight that I was just at. But objective is priority.
Guys, this is like that spot in TDA.
Yo, oh my god.
I have sprint plug, so I just hit that mine. What? Nice. Like, how was that still in the game?
We're still in season 1. It's just season 1.6.
I bet they spawn on us too, bro. They do. They're right here. I don't know.
You get dropped.
He's one bar.
He's fucking fried.
I'm piked for bow. He's dropping, he's dropping.
Now, one thing I want to go over about defending a cash out is you see we already knew where a few teams were, and after I plugged the cash out, we decided to just abandon it and start taking the fight. A lot of people are a little bit overly defensive in that first little bit of a cash out. But the important thing to know is that it's totally okay for somebody to steal your point. But it's just about not having them steal it at the last second. But if you're able to go and kill a bunch of teams or a bunch of enemies that are kind of just off the point, that prevents the third party from inevitably happening. If you just stall and wait for a bunch of time, then eventually teams are going to collapse on you. But if you know where they are, you can isolate and take that fight early, end it quickly, and then you might have teams funneling in one by one. As you can see, Pink is here fighting now as they funnel in as one team. But if we were to leave them alone fighting earlier, there might have been a chance that they ended up pushing together with another team like purple or orange or whatever. So whenever you have those opportunities to take those fights early on in your cash out, feel free to take it and end that fight quickly. That way you can go back and set up your defenses, but just sitting there and stalling on point is a good way to end up in third-party scenarios. The bullets don't, or the knife just doesn't register.
No, not the mines again.
Scanning that area. Using glitch grenade.
Now here is an important part of this game where we notice that orange is the team that tapped 6, pink is also here, and you'll see where we sit is actually at a pretty safe spot, but if purple is the team to plug, they do get a decent amount of money, and then if we wipe, we might potentially lose. There's a pretty small chance that we lose, but my attention right now is knowing that a lot of these teams are going to be rushing to try and get this doubled up, or they're going to be trying to split it. There is a minute left. So I'm just here to harass them and get as many kills as I can because I want to secure our lead, and I don't want to overcommit because we do have our heavy that just died and our medium is half HP, so I'm not trying to put myself at too much risk, but a little bit of a safe distance in order to get a few kills here and there and some damage. As you see, I dash away rather than continuously dashing in. I'm always in the back line, and I'm not trying to get in the center of attention here. So even though you might feel like you're safe, you're secure, it's okay to take that small little bit of a risk in order to get an extra couple kills so that you don't end up losing by like $500, which definitely happens from time to time in high elo.
Don't what? You guys are both.
Tossing a sonar.
10 seconds on my coin.
I mean, you shouldn't have to coin.
Glitching full screen.
It's double, then like even if we wipe, we're still ahead.
Kill race though, huh?
Serves.
Oh.
That enemy's a
6,000
fucking demon.
engine.
Throwing sonar grenade.
see. Can we do some math? Did we lose 10k on?
No, you just get split.
You sure?
Well, now you lose.
Jesus.
Now
How many kills do they need? They need 4, right?
4.
Okay.
Okay,
This is not looking good.
Four.
This is not
We're
looking
fine.
good.
4 kills, you're fine.
Okay, well if he was actually going in and trying to fight, but I was like, that's doable.
There was only 3 alive. Yeah. Ah. Good thing I saved my coin, huh?
I just started laughing like the French. I'm never using sword. Two teams wanted each other to qual. They could just take turns stealing the same cash out and each earn 1k respectively. Yeah. Yeah. Teams can do that. You can team in this game and do that.
Where's my team?
I'm literally flagging out here, and you guys are weighing dead? Whoa?
I think Gremlin's internet crashed.
Uh-oh. Is it going Corbin?
Alright, what's the best gun to use in a 2v3?
Probably Serb. We can just, like... If I can get a pick, we can just ape them.
That's true, IQ.
So as we hop into this final round, the update that we got from Gremlin was essentially that his power has gone out and likely wasn't going to be coming back on right away. So that meant we were in a 2v3 here. And now, as I explained in the beginning of the match before we even loaded in, the plan was essentially for me to try and get a pick and then for us to just quickly rush the 2v2 after I get a pick. So Wally should be playing safe, trying to force a lot of close range engagements while I try to get any pick. And we see that one is actually isolated. I saw 2 players over here, so this means that the carrier of one is alone. So I instantly jump down on him to try and get a pick. And then that is the signal for us to try and go crazy on the last 2 players. One dead. Go for Rez. He ran back. You have a jump pad?
No. He's right above me. Hold up. Don't even kill him, bro.
Why? You kill him.
Want to make them waste their coins?
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I mean, I could just light diff them. It's just about like the heavy. But the heavy seemed kind of clueless, so we'll see. Break zips and shit.
Okay. They're the same exact spot. Zipped up.
Initiating a scan.
Under.
Time to glitch.
Glitched it?
Oh no.
Time to glitch.
Heavy dead? Oh, on me.
Yeah, hold up. Playing my region.
Fuck. Oh, I thought you were on one. Oh, I would not have done that. Bruh. That's so troll, dude.
That was a little troll. Do we have time?
Did you just see what Gremlin typed?
Yes, I did.
Holy shit.
Alright, wait, hold up. We go under
If you can demat it below.
and just fucking steal, yeah.
Kill one light. Yeah, they went front door. Oh, fuck. Light dead.
Yeah, just heavies outside.
Okay, I got gateway on it. I'll just quickly throw it. Half HP on heavy. One rotate around to the right here. Lights one shot. One of the lights at least. Half HP on the heavy. One near the killed the heavy.
Throwing sonar grenade. Disrupting their
Where's body?
Oh, he got res near the fence. Half HP on the heavy. Half HP on the heavy. The other one probably coined. I'm up in 5 seconds.
First gateway going up.
Oh, you're trapped.
Four bars.
Sonar grenade.
So for this cashout, we are moving 3 to D. I actually really like D for a hold in general, and I feel like this was our best chance at winning this final cashout. So the strategy is essentially just going to be to hold from hotel. If we get that high ground and we can hold this, it would be great. Unfortunately, the light was actually on the gateway and was able to push through and kill me, meaning that we had to now be on the offensive on such a very good defensive hold, which was pretty unfortunate, but we try our best to capitalize on any of their mistakes and then get aggressive whenever we have an opening after they make a mistake that we capitalize on. So you will see that in action here. Yeah, I intend to go to Sweden for like the LAN or whatever they intend to do.
You wasted RPG. Light wood.
Throwing sonar check. Glitch grenade out.
Do you trust?
Sure, sure.
He's above.
Oh, let's go, baby. Can we knock this off onto the up here? No, onto the parking garage.
Yeah, like here, right?
Yeah.
I was attempting to do that.
For teleportation.
Looks like you're knocking it off on the other way. So as you can see, our defensive setup is to knock it over onto the parking lot. That way we can see it from up on this high ground. And now I start throwing sonar at where I'm assuming they're going to be approaching from, and we are on the lookout because they do not have much time left. They have to be pretty aggressive here. So if we can get any picks, it is going to be the reason that we win. So that is what I'm looking for on this high ground. Kill one light.
Scanning for opponents.
Good shit. Well done. So if you like that, feel free to subscribe for more. Thank you to all my members. And if you guys are on your grind and ranked and running into some frustrating situations, just remember it's never over. Keep pushing to be the best player you can be, and I will see you in the finals.